Ladies, stop eating only 1,200 calories a day if you want to lose weight. You're starving yourself and you're still not getting the result that you want. But I got you. I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to say to yourself, so that's how you track your calories for optimal health and weight loss. My name is Dr. Akanni, and I have helped thousands of women over 30 lose weight and love their bodies. Today, you're going to learn all the secrets that they have utilized to transform their bodies, feel amazing, increase their energy, and ultimately reach their goals. Now, before we jump into this video, I want you to put into the comments, how many calories do you think you are currently eating? And are you losing weight by doing that? Cool? Alrighty, let's dive in. Starting off, macronutrients. Now, whenever people say macros, they're referring to your macronutrients. We have macronutrients and we have micronutrients. Macronutrients are your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. Micronutrients are your vitamins and minerals. For right now, I'm just going to focus on the macronutrients, because if we're able to get the calories right and our macronutrients together, there's no reason we shouldn't be losing weight. So there are three: your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. Carbohydrates often get a bad rep, when in reality, we need a good amount of carbs for weight loss. We need a good amount of carbs for our daily energy. Your carbohydrates are your main source of energy in your body. They help with brain function, with organ function. They give you your energy for sustained activities, for long duration activities. Your carbohydrates are essential, and I know they get a bad rap. A lot of us want to cut out our carbs, we want to get rid of them, and then we wonder why we're low on energy, or we don't have energy for our daily tasks like going up and down the steps, taking a shower. Simple things. We need carbohydrates in our diet. It varies depending on your goal, but eat on the high end. Sometimes it's 40+% recommended in our diet. So you typically want your diet to be around 40%, 35 on the low end if it's weight loss. But once you get to maintenance, we're really around that 40% of your diet being made up of carbs. We'll dive into how to break this down a little later, but ensure that you're getting carbohydrates into your diet. Carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram. So 4 calories per gram when it comes to your carbs. Moving on. Now we're going to our protein. Protein are great. Your amino acids, they're essential building blocks. So you need protein for muscle recovery, for muscle building. Protein is what's going to help you shape and become the body that you want to become. So you got to make sure you're getting adequate protein in your diet. Protein is also 4 calories per gram. So you want to make sure that you're getting adequate protein. A lot of the women that I work with, typically when they start out, they're low in their protein consumption. And protein is one of the most satiating macronutrients. It keeps you full longer. It gives your body what it needs. It takes your body more time to digest protein, so you end up burning calories while you're digesting protein versus carbs and fats. So you want to make sure you're getting adequate amounts of protein in your diet, because again, the goal, when we say tone, you essentially want to put on more muscle, right? You want to decrease your fat and give the appearance of nice, toned, strong, lean muscles. How we supply that? Protein. Next up, we got fats. Your fats are great for your hormone health, for absorbing your fat-soluble vitamins. Fats are needed in your diet, especially for women. You got to have an adequate amount of fat. Women, you all need a little more fat in your diet than men. You need more fat on your body than men for things like childbirth, to support your hormones. So you want to make sure you're getting adequate, healthy fats. Emphasis on the word healthy. Adequate, healthy fats into your diet, because it's super necessary. Now, your fats are more calories. So they're 9 calories per gram versus your 4 calories per gram for your proteins and your carbohydrates. So you want to be mindful of that when you're eating fats. I know a lot of people like to do the keto diets and all of that stuff. Want to really be mindful of the calories in there. All right, next up, calculating your actual numbers. So the first thing you got to look at is, what is your goal, right? For the sake of what we're talking about, we're going to utilize weight loss. But eventually, once you lose the weight and reach your weight loss goal, you're gonna have to get to a point where you're maintaining your weight. And that's where we use what they call maintenance calories. Or let's say you lose too much weight and you don't necessarily like how you look and you wanna put on a little mass. Whether it's you wanna grow the glutes, grow your legs, whatever, that's where you wanna increase how much you're actually eating. So you're eating in a caloric surplus. We need to determine what the goal is first. So for the sake of this video, we're gonna say our goal is to lose weight. We wanna lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. In order to do that, we need to first figure out, I'm gonna go a simple method, our TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. Now, you have your things like an Apple Watch that'll give you that, your Samsung Health, Fitbit, those things will give you a rough estimate of your TDEE, but let's say you don't have that. I'm gonna show you how to calculate it using a simple website. So if you pull up your phone, you wanna pull up the TDEE calculator, and I'll say I am a female. I'll say I'm 31. I weigh currently 200 pounds, and we'll say I'm 5'10". So 31, weigh 200 pounds, 5'10". I'm a sedentary office worker. I sit most of the day. So 90% of my day I'm sitting. We'll leave body fat percentage because most of us don't know that. So this is me. So what I'm gonna do, click calculate. And now we can see maintenance calories. So in order for me to stay the weight that I am, if I am this 5'10", 200 pound female, I would need to eat 2,043 calories a day. 2,043 calories a day. I know some of you are thinking to yourself, that's a lot of food, but you would be surprised. Most of you are eating that. If you're not losing weight, you're probably eating over that. If you were this person, right? If you're not tracking your calories, there's a difference between eating less food, eating less calories. Because you can eat 5 meals and still be 2,000 calories, or we can go to McDonald's, get a burger and fries, and it's 2,000 calories. So there's a difference between eating less food versus eating less calories. Remember to keep that in mind. So we know 2,000 calories. So this is what it's looking at. If I start to, let's say I create some more space for myself to exercise, now we'll work up to 2,300 calories if I'm doing light exercise. Oh, I'm going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week now. I'm really prioritizing my steps. That calorie number has to rise, and this is where a lot of women mess up. They're sticking to the same number, so in your mind, it's 2,000, or let's say you go 1,700 in your mind, and you start losing weight. But then you're going to the gym 4 to 5 days a week, and you're still eating that number, and you're wondering why your progress is stalled. It's because you're not eating enough. You were supposed to increase your calories as you start to lose the weight and increase your activity. So here's what I would do. If I am someone and I want to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, you want to make sure you're in a calorie deficit of 500 to 1,000. If you're in a deficit of 500 calories, that will allow you to lose 1 pound a week. If you're in a deficit of 1,000 calories, that'll allow you to lose around 2 pounds a week. You really don't want to go more extreme than that because you will mess up your hormones. You'll place a lot of stress on your body. You got to give your body time to gradually lose the weight. So for the sake of this, let's say I'll round down. So let's say that number was 2,000 for my total daily energy expenditure. I'm going to eat 1,500 calories. If I eat 1,500 calories every day, there's no reason I shouldn't be losing weight. If you are finding this video helpful so far, what I need you to do is go ahead and click the info card that's popping up. I created a free 5-video series teaching you how to finally lose the weight and keep it off. Macros is one of the things that I touch on. I also touch on your mindset, how to create the adequate and the proper mindset to not only lose the weight, but become the person that keeps it off. I also touch on things you need to do, like the best exercises for weight loss, the best nutrition and foods to eat for weight loss, on top of a bunch of other secrets that you'll only get if you go ahead, click the info card, or you can check the description and access that 5-video series. All right, so I briefly already touched on adjusting your macros. If you're exercising more, you want to make sure you're increasing your macros to meet your daily activity demands because that number has increased. One of the common downfalls that I see women do when adjusting their macros, let's say you've been losing weight for the past 2 weeks and then you hit a plateau. A couple things you need to look at. One, your exercises. have you been progressing your exercises? Have we gradually been increasing our weight, increasing the intensity? If not, maybe we need to address that first and see, okay, we've addressed that, now I'm starting to lose weight. But if you've addressed that, sleep is fine, hydration is fine, stress management is fine, but you're still not losing weight, then maybe we need to decrease our macros. And this is where most people don't do that because they're not adequately tracking their calories. Yeah, again, our number's 1,500. If you're hitting 1,500 consistently, you should be losing weight. But if you're not hitting that number, then hey, maybe we need to go down to 1,400. We go to 1,400 and then we see, while I'm eating 1,400 calories, I'm now losing weight. If you're saying to yourself 1,400 calories is not enough food and you feel like you're starving, the only way to allow yourself to eat more food while still losing weight is by increasing your activity intake. Simple things like walking makes a difference. By walking, you automatically increase your daily activity, so now you can consume a bit more. Okay, so the last thing we'll touch on is how to tie all this together and some common pitfalls to look out for. How to tie all this together. First, we know our number's 1,500, but you're probably wondering, okay, I know I need to eat this many calories, but what about the carbs, the proteins, the fats? This is where we go to that breakdown. So now that we know the importance of carbs, the importance of fats, the importance of protein, we want to make sure we're getting them in adequate amounts for our weight loss goal. So typically for weight loss, you want to make sure you're prioritizing a good amount of protein. I like to go 40% of my calories come from protein, 30% come from carbs, 30% comes from fats. This gives you a good balance where we're really prioritizing protein. That way, although we're eating less food, we're not sacrificing our muscle density, we're not sacrificing our muscle mass, and we're getting adequate things for muscle recovery and to build muscle as we're going through this transformative change. So again, 40% of your calories want to come from protein, 30% from carbs, 30% from fats. Common mistake that I see are people obsessing over the numbers. Yes, the breakdown is what you want to aim for, but I'll be honest, at times it can be hard to hit 1,500 calories and those numbers align perfectly. How you can make it align perfectly is to track your calories ahead of time. So before you go and eat the food and then put it in there, track the day before. If you track the day before, you are better able to set yourself up for success. Again, track the day before and don't obsess over the numbers. As long as you're getting around 1,500 calories every day, even if you have a day where you're 1,600 or 1,800 because you went out with your friends, at the end of the week, if we've had more days where we were 15 versus the others, there's no reason you shouldn't hit your goal. That is it. I appreciate you all watching this video. Hopefully you were able to learn. Now, at the beginning of the video, I told you to put how many calories you were currently eating. Now, after you go to your TDE calculator, I want you to come back and comment how many calories are you actually supposed to be eating, and are you going to start implementing that today? Cool? Be sure to check out the playlist that's popping up on the screen. Give me a like and a subscribe if you found this video beneficial. Till next time, peace.